I'm gonna go to Mike Dolo first because he
Mike.
The legend.
We shot a video in Detroit. What up, Mike?
Hey, what's up, y'all? Thank y'all for coming out to the D also.
Man, I appreciate you.
You too. My question is for Ian. So the biotech technology, how did you come across that info? And what was your process to obtaining it?
Them 500 pages a day I be telling everybody about. So real quick, hold on, let me move the crystal ball out the way real quick. So this is just what I got in the airport today. So this is Wired Magazine.
Yeah.
This is Bloomberg Markets, Scientific American, Bloomberg Business Week, Forbes, Startup, Harvard Business Review. Kobe, Mamba, that energy that y'all feel. And can you guys feel the difference in my energy since InvestFest? Like I had setting a bar high for me. Now I have to take it to another level past that. So that's what I'm telling you guys.
Funny you say that. It's funny you say that. It's called history. It's called stay tuned. It's called bigger.
Are we talking tonight or no?
No. Don't do that.
Yo.
Come on, just keep going. Hey, so, I would just like to add that like 4 of those publications that you just went through, right? When we had our group chat the other night, and I put up the publications out of the 15, those are all there. It's the same research, yo.
Blueprint.
You just got to read
all the answers that you want. I'm gonna be real. The reason why they gave us the books that are boring to read in high school, middle school, and even in undergrad was to throw us off track on how to actually make the money. Because all the secrets are there. Will Smith has one of the greatest quotes ever. Every secret that you want to know about life is written in somebody's book. It's true. And if you go through, so even now, like going into, and also I want to give you credit, but someone talked about like ice mining, right? That's another thing. There's a whole bunch of technologies in quote unquote outer space that they're planning over the next 20 years. They'll tell it to you, but when people are like, well, I don't know if that's true. You think Harvard Business Review gonna lie to you? They're one of the most prestigious universities in history of mankind. Go read. But if you don't, and I know it's tough, so here's the hack. If you can't physically read, do 4 hours of audiobook at 2x. And this is with me traveling and being tired. So if I'm knocking out 20 to 30,000 pages, and for those of you, like, I didn't go to the Lions game to work on an outline for Market Mondays for 6 hours, and I didn't even do it today. So now having to take it up 10 tiers, going into bioscience, alternative therapies, gene therapy. I half the stuff that I like know or I'm aware of, I can't even talk about because it all plays into one another. The stuff on Venus, and then they're like, go look at the comparisons between our moon and Titan. And if we migrate to Titan, given the lack of gravity in comparison to that is here, the technology, they're trying to build databases big enough to store our life experiences, upload them, transport bodies to Titan, and have new human life live there. I fucking read to get that though.
Wow.
2 trades.
Okay.
Your volume went out, Ian.
Okay. My follow-up question, which I'm sorry for asking that.
Guidelines.
Okay, guidelines. Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. So they already spoke on cloning and everything that's happening now on with the Sumerian tablets. So what's your thought about that? And how far do you think that we are close to getting to where they were?
Oh man, don't have me talking this talk. Okay.
Okay. Never mind.
No.
Right.
How many pyramids are there on Earth?
Was it 38? I forgot.
Okay. Every pyramid has a different life lesson in it. So when I went to Chichen Itza, based on seasonal calendars, if you go look, there's a reason why the investors go to this pyramids trip with EYL coming up in November. I'm working on my segues. Every pyramid has a different lesson on a particular area of life. based on seasonality and how the Mayans grew crops, that ties into investing. So when we're talking about seasonality and life cycles, et cetera, there's a certain amount of trades, and I put part of it in the Holy Trinity. There were other investors there. So I'm listening to them talk. If you go to Chichen Itza, you will be able to discover how many trades you should take in a year, when to stop and when to start. If you look at the moon cycle, 7 days before and 7 days after, it tells you the same information. But then if you travel to Giza, there are other pyramids and other life examples that are there for you. Some are financial, some are health, some are based on fertility, but you have to read. And going back to last year, study the ley lines, celestial, it all ties in. So we're close. And the tablets are there. And also, if you really want the real cheat code, go look at everything that Tesla wrote and all his inventions and creations, and you'll be able to have a supreme edge in the market. So when I tell you that this crystal ball is glowing bright, it's not because I'm sitting on my ass and I threw a jacket and put on some wave grease and thought I was dope. Got to put in the work, but you can do whatever you want to do.
Ian,
Mike, clip that up.
What is Titan? Some people said on YouTube, what is Titan that you speak of?
It's a planet.
But where?
That's outside of Pluto?
But it's outside this system, the solar system?
Outside of, well,
I want them to Google and go look.
They're not gonna do it though. They're not.
No, be broke. And I got the reply. Be broke as a result.
That's true. But no, I'm asking. I'm just curious.
But you'll go research who to get the BBL from the girl who gonna leave you after she get it. I don't want to hear it, King. I'm talking to the men. I don't want to hear it. Yo, he acting different. No, I've been acting this way. I'm tired. Like, for those of you who really want it, this is for Dom, Cristobal P, Lindsay, Amber, Dream Tune, who was on stage with me, Drew, who really want to run it up. A lot of y'all want to talk about investing because the shit is cute. You rappers too. You guys do not know what the fuck you're talking about. This is for those who really want it. This is freedom. This is freedom. I don't have to pipe down and none of that. Study. This is for Mike, for Jerry, for those who really want it, for those when you were broke and then not even your family or your friends believed in you. Go study. Go study. Shade Room don't have no value to your life. What Karen did with Jordan adds no value to your life. Study this. This for Ruben. For those who is there at InvestFest who looking to take it to another level. And y'all better quit playing because Janet in 2 years is going to be on your ass. So y'all gonna be like, what Janet at? Watch. I guarantee you Janet has 29 streams of income in 2 years. Keep playing if you want to. I'm not.
By December. No, I'm just kidding.
Run it up. And the hair popping too. We need a hair cream, a curl souffle. Let's get it all going. I'm not playing. If you guys want to lose and don't be here. We're not here for that. I want you to run it up. If you want a different level of living, and for you, yourself, your kids, your grandkids, say, I am worthy, I am excellent in chat. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. Go Google that shit. Then go play $42.
This was a segment of the Dun language.
Wow.
Brought to you by Ian Dunlap.
The Dun language.
Rest in peace, Prodigy.
The Dun language.
Yo, man, you picked up.
I have to get on my WWE thing.
I was like, yo,
yeah, listen, Brandon was like, well, trap energy be here and yours be down. I'm like, damn.
See what you did?
Yeah, I gotta take it up.
You see what you did? That's your fault.
Yeah.
Chat, and he just told you about Cheats and Nia. You didn't even know where that's at.
Yeah,
let's make something happen.
That's a single right there. Mike, we're going to chop that up.
He channeled his inner Jadakiss.
The Dun language.
Shout out Jada Versa being soon for the Red Panda Anthem. Quit playing with me. Def Jam. Call me. Interscope. Call me. Don't wait till it's too late. Hovey, baby, get to me. It's going to be over.
Shai, tell him what it's called.
Hey. You gonna be like, damn, he with Leor, Drake, and okay. Keep playing if you want to.
I love when Ian gets like this.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
And this with me with a busy schedule. And like Market Mondays is the hardest part of my work week. Imagine if I didn't have to, and all I could do was just zone out and drink C4 and kale and talk to Ken about juice fasting, and then hang with Xander and just read all day.
Yeah, you know what? That's true, man. We're gonna do it behind the scenes of what it takes to even do this, right? Like,
good idea.
man. If I was Joyner, I would have went to Karen House. That has nothing to do with you. Go study, man.
Bro, I didn't even know what you was talking. What is that?
Karen Civil.
Nothing. Kudos to Joyner, who I love dearly. Kudos to Karen.
Karen Civil.
Oh, he said. Oh, I saw that. She said she took some money from.
Oh, and I gotta say, shout out to Corey and Ian Schwartzman for making the connection to Royce because I don't want to lead them out. Thank you guys for making that connection, and then for letting me talk Royce ear off. that night too, and us debate about rap and its inner sanctum. But focus on the business that pays you. We're the only community that focuses on gossip because they know the power and intellect that we have. It's being real. I could have been to a bunch of hedge funds, and that's when you guys were like, oh, he ain't for the culture. I'm like, you know how many offers I done got to walk away? For some money that y'all would have walked away for. Keep it 1,000. Them same ones y'all see on CNBC, hey, this firm said they coming to me to get some of them prices. That's
Ian,
why.
what's your Cash App? I want to send you some money.
I'm just being real. Like, where else you gonna get the woolly mammoth information? Then they put it out the next day. Come on, you're Ian crazy. That boy that watched Power Rangers too many times. The next day, woolly mammoth discovered in South Texas. Okay,
in the Houston area.
Hey. Anyway.
All right, I'm gonna get to the next question.
Yo. Okay.
I learned this from Budgetnista. It's called segment domination. Tiffany, I've been listening.
Oh, listen. Ian's I love you, man. I love
you. Oscar, unmute yourself. We are coming to you.
Yo. What's poppin'?
Okay. What's going on, Oscar?
Yeah, man. It's been a minute since what?
It has been a minute.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, how everybody doing?
Good.
Wait. Jersey?
Yes, sir. New Jersey.
Yeah. Man, shout out to Brick City.
There's a little bit of an echo, by the way, if you could lower.
Oh, yeah. Let me step out of my building. I just walked inside my building. Hold up.
Looking now.
Thank you.
All right,
how can I help you? Yeah, that's great.
What's good, brother?
Everything's great. Wow, I was not expecting this. Okay. My question was really okay, you know how Ian, how you was just breaking down the whole pyramids, the lunar cycles and everything. So for the pyramids aspect, to learn all the lessons in them, do I just simply look up any books, Google? I just want to see what's the.
I will go. Okay, I will go Quora first. It's a site Quora. They're first. Reddit second, and then I will go books on Amazon third. YouTube is always a good source, but Quora I will go first. Think of Quora as a cleaned up intellectual version of Facebook. I'll go there first.
Okay.
Yeah, Reddit second, then I will go to book route. And also for those of you that have family, especially if you have any family in Mexico and West Indies, you need to talk to your elders. Because a lot of the things that we thought were wives' tales, there was some truth to them. But the cheat code for understanding almost any subject matter is to get the top 5 books on that subject and read it first, and then go through the top 100.
You know what you can also do, Ian?
What's that?
You can join Earn Your Leisure in Egypt.
Boy, that segue was good.
November 4th through November 10th. We will
9th.
November 4th through November 9th.
I was not expecting that. That was good. That was really good.
A handful of people will be accompanying us, and tickets are rapidly going. So if you're interested, do yourself a favor.
Yeah, Oscar. The other way is to actually travel to the pyramids.
Yeah.
Do your own research.
Word.
Oscar, did you come in?
Money off of futures.
Yes.
Oh, yep.
Futures.
There it is.
Futures market.
I was wondering if that was Oscar came into it tonight with that question, or when he heard Ian, he was compelled to ask that.
That was a smooth segue. That was one of them crosses where you're gonna fall. And you try to hold yourself. Well done. But yeah, there's something in every culture that you need to learn that will translate back to all economics. And also, not to get too deep, but if you go study every capitalist society and how they run, there is a lot of parallels that you'll be able to see. And then even Google, if you guys go look at what the average price range for any technology stock over a 30-year period is, it's there. At this point, I'm gonna be real. People are putting the information out for free and being like, I dare you to use it because most people are not gonna use it. It's there. I want you guys to be rich. I want you to see me in 5 years or see Xander when he turns 15, man, I love your daddy, man. He made me $2 million. Now, I met some of you in Detroit who was up 300,000 and 400,000. A couple, shout out to the queen who had been in Ada forever and gave Kayla a shout out. Keep executing. You are worthy. If you're not executing, it's only because you don't think that you're worthy of being financially free. If we have the greatest investing podcast and show in the history of mankind, please put yes in chat.
Biggest ever. Biggest ever.
Yeah.
Never been done this real by nobody.
And I may tell you the history of Bigfoot next week.
Oh, and shout out to Josh Brown and Caleb
Silver.
Yes, Caleb Silver.
Yeah.
Before I forget, that was really, really dope acknowledgement that they said. Very humbling words. Appreciate it. How we are moving the financial markets and the influence is being felt on Wall Street. And I believe Josh Brown said nobody on the street has that kind of influence. He talked about our live with Francis G Code that we did, and that was on an off night on Wednesday. Thousands of people tuned in for that, and I guess he was one of the people that was watching it, and he spoke about it and gave it high praise and talked about the influence that we are having. Yeah. So and
we've seen it. We've seen it.
No, seen it firsthand. Yeah. Thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people joining stock market, getting into the stock market, starting investing. Futures, options, crypto, and investing, real estate, all that stuff.
Yeah, investing in positions that were mentioned right here. And so that's encouraging.
The biggest ever.
Shout out to Josh, Mike, and the show Compound and Friends.
Compound.
Yeah. And I'll say this too. Josh had a show that I liked before we started doing Market Mondays. This is a key lesson for everyone. Do not get into an industry. And if you were a fan of somebody before you got into the industry, be a fan after. Because I'm going to be real. No one else would even mention people on their other show. So when I'm like, yo, shout out Bonawyn, shout out Josh, that could take viewership away from us. I'm like, I'm so solid. Shout out Trap. I'm going to go out of my way to shout out the people that I love because most people don't do it. And you guys have seen us do that for weeks. And then that's why it came back. But a lot of times you guys are breaking into industries and now you're looking at everyone as competition opposed to allies.
Yeah.
You don't. And shout out to Ally, one of the most amazing banks in history.
Another good one.
American Finance. I don't be on the Black Effect calls, but I'm learning from the little tricks y'all get. Shout out Charlamagne. I'm learning.
Oh, shout out to Charlamagne. That's my guy.
Yeah.
I love Charlamagne. That's my brother.
That was a solid idea.
Janet, can we get a couple more questions before we wrap?
Yes, let's go to Joy Ellington. Unmute yourself.
Hey guys.
How are you?
How you doing, Joy?
Oh, so blessed. Love you all. So I had like a deep question.
Go ahead.
Now, the information that is given here as an earner and even just people who watch on YouTube is very, very informative, and it's like all the secrets are there and they're also in the book. And knowing that this country was built on the back of Black people being the consumers, which they need us to be down there so they can stay up, how do you deal with the possible, like, I don't want to say scare because fear not, but just like, you know, the pressure and the evils that try to attack this being delivered to our culture?
We have to execute in silence. You're from Chicago, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm from East Chicago, Indiana. I grew up 5 minutes from Gary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being from the Midwest, it's always been very interesting to me that we were never told that there's a stock market in Chicago. And the reason that the Chicago Bulls, which is an up market, and you have the Chicago Bears, which is a down market, was placed right in front of us. The Chicago Cubs is a baby bear market, but there's no literacy given to us. I can't lie, it is scary, but being from the Midwest, I honestly believe, and I said this to everybody in Detroit, because I think Cincinnati, East Chicago, Gary, Chicago, Milwaukee, and East St. Louis is all the same. I truly believe that this information was shared from 1969 through 2003. Half the brothers and sisters that were locked up or killed due to drugs or criminal offenses would be eradicated. So it's scary. And I talked about in episode 70, like we were the first product that was sold, like the insurance market and many other financial markets were based off of slavery. We were the first thing that was traded. Is it scary?
Yeah.
Yes. But we have to do the work regardless, pray, and do business above board and help people. Fortunately, from my perspective, we've been able to help so many people. I think that's why we haven't received some of the attacks that other people of our color have not received. Because I've had to talk to a ninja like to be able to bring $40 million into a business, and I never even got a cup or a pen from Ninja Trader. It's illegal in the futures market. So when people talk that culture, yo, he ain't doing. I'm like, Ninja had to build a customer support team for Red Panda. I know what value I brought to TD Ameritrade. I brought $60 million of business to TD Ameritrade. Not $1 came on the back end. Now go ask other people who talk about trading how much they got paid on the back end. It's different. I know what this show means to the community. So it's scary, but if you grew up in the Midwest, shout out to everybody in Detroit, Chicago, East Chicago, this stuff was hidden from us to make us fight. Dick Gregory has a great quote. It's not the crabs in the barrel that causes the fight, and it's the hot water that makes us fight amongst each other. And I feel if I can stop us from fighting with each other over a little bit of money, we can change the world. That's my thought.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. That's it. That's it. Because everything is so global and easily accessible. And it's like, you just have to wonder, like, it's like, man, should we be meeting in a secret room? But it's like, no, we just got to do it loud and proud and just be ready. That's it.
That's it. Loud and proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Joy.
We appreciate you. Shout out to Chicago. We definitely got to come to Chicago. Shout out to my brother Byron. Mobile Homes Elise. He pulled up on us in Detroit. Appreciate you, brother. Janet, if we can get one more question before.
All right. Eric Lewis, unmute yourself, please. We are coming to you. No fridge rigs.
No fridge rigs.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, we hear you, Eric. What's going on?
I apologize. I must have had my hand up by accident. But since I'm here, just want to give you guys a shout out, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think I did have a question before, but because I didn't write it down and I didn't expect this call, I'm not prepared. I do have one. And it's probably for Rashid.
Rashad?
Rashad. I apologize, Rashad.
Don't worry. It's okay. Deep breath.
I'm so sorry.
Are you a new earner?
I've been here for a minute.
I'm with Red Panda. We sound like we're talking to Grant Hill, right?
Dak Prescott.
Go ahead, Eric. What's going on, man?
If you want to mess the answer up, you're allowed. Because
no, you good.
I'm actually 50 years old.
Okay.
And I'm okay with my retirement. My 401k is, looking pretty solid. But I still, and I'm only saying it because I'm 50. I think 50 is a new 30. But, I'm thinking I still want to stay aggressive. I probably have about less than 5 years to retire because I'll take the early out. So I'll be 55.
Job well done.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts in terms of me being able to retire less than 5 years, but still stay aggressive? Is that okay? Or, what are your thoughts?
Eric, I want you to know something, all right? I want you to get your pen ready because when you see Shotty take his pen out.
Yeah.
we about to go on a journey.
About to be good.
So get ready.
This is actually something that we spoke about on the financial. Everybody on EY University should be tuning into my financial planning calls. We do that once a month, a Saturday, pick a Saturday. And this question has been asked a few times. And I think that it's important for people to understand that life expectancy has changed and people are living much longer. And the same rules that applied 30 years ago does not apply today. So I say that to say, I think that you can afford to be a little bit more aggressive on your retirement and investing portfolio than, what was traditionally taught, where it was like, okay, the government set the age 59 and a half as retirement. So, if you take money out of your 401k or your IRA before that, you get penalized. So 60 had kind of became like a magical number. But like you said, 60 is still young. Like, you got people living to 90 years old, 95 years old. I think the life expectancy for a male is 83, at least a white male is 83. So that means that, people are living into their 80s and even longer than that. So I say that to say the point of retirement is not just to get there. It's like Mount Everest is a perfect example. Most people don't die climbing up Mount Everest. Most people die coming down. Reason being is that they don't have a plan. Everybody has a plan to get to the top, but nobody has a plan to get down. So getting to retirement is only half the battle. Now getting down retirement is the hard part. So you definitely want to stay at least 50-50, probably 60-40 in equities while you're in retirement, because while you're taking money, you still have to have your money growing for you as well. It's not good enough just to have your money, not growing, because once you start to take money from it, eventually you're going to deplete your nest egg and you're not going to have any money. So we talked about balance funds on the last call, or something that's extremely important. A balance fund is a blend of stocks and bonds, 50-50 blend between equities and bonds. So that's something that is a little bit more conservative, but you can get decent returns in balance funds. Like I've seen 10%, 12%, even 15%, depending on the year. So that's not bad for a more conservative play. Some large cap exposure. I wouldn't be super, super aggressive, but I definitely wouldn't be in bonds. I definitely wouldn't be in money market because at the end of the day, when you add in inflation and you add the fact that you're actually starting to take money out, you're going to be losing money on your account at a rapid pace. And then if you have a bad year in the market, that's going to even compound your loss even more. So
on top of if you have bad entries.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. So definitely, I would recommend at the very least a 50-50 split, but probably more on the 60-40 side, 60% stocks, 40% bond. And if you even want to be more aggressive, then you can have even more exposure. But like I said, the safer plays with the large cap index, ETFs, things that we talk about all the time. You probably don't want to have too many individuals, more risky plays, but definitely you should still be in the market. You should still be adding to your investments and still looking to grow capital. You don't want to just start cruising.
Well, thank you, brother. Also, just to let you know, I was on call. It was a while ago. I think your dad was hosting one of the
50 Plus Club.
Yes. So he has some good things to say, and I wrote a lot of stuff down.
Bring him back.
Shout out.
Bring him back.
Bring him back.
Shout out to my dad, man. Shout out to my dad. Definitely, that was a dope experience. I'm glad that he got a chance to jump on that call. If anybody's not familiar, my dad's a financial advisor. That's actually the first person that introduced me to the business. So, that's something that he definitely knows his stuff.
Yes.
And he gave a lot of information on that call to the 50 and over earners club. We have a club inside of EYO University for people that's 50 and over. So shout out to my dad, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
I'll just put something in Stock Club real quick. Going back to the replacing humans. It's a company called Sarcos that have a external wearable robot for industrial workers. Going back to the chip thing. So if they're able to track the data and movement of how a person does his job, you don't think they're sending that data back to a server to then make the iRobot scenario become true? Kudos to Tavares for sending me that. I just wanted to tell you, I know some of it sounds scary, but when you start to dig deeper,
hear me every weekend.
No. It's about acquiring skills that can't be automated.
Mm-hmm.
And you got plenty of them, Janet. So don't worry.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you, Troy.